Coach, you guys fell short in the tournament. A lot of us are used to just making regionals every year, and it didn't happen this year. How does that affect you as far as like getting guys to want to buy in, for next year to get back into that regional and tournament championship play?
Yeah, the tournament's a crapshoot, in all honesty, and that's why you build the schedule like you do. Obviously, from an RPI standpoint, you play the out-of-conference opponents and try to get the at-large. We did that the 2 years previous. We had the same amount of wins last year. Felt like we had the same amount of quality wins as we did from a couple years ago, but just played too many home games in all honesty, and didn't work out our way from an RPI standpoint. So we're going back on the road, putting the 27 home games, going to Oklahoma State, going to Troy, going to Mississippi State, to Southern Miss, doing our typical home with ULL and Tulane and those guys. So I feel like the schedule's built back in our favor. It's all about playing your best baseball at the end of the year. I thought we really did that, to be honest with you. I thought we did a really good job in our mid-year kind of adversity moment. We picked ourselves up, cleaned ourselves off, and gave ourselves a chance to win a conference championship there at the end of the year regular season title. Obviously, expectations this year I think are going to continue to rise. It's always a disappointment now for our program not to be in a regional, but with 16 seniors returning, expect a lot of things out of this crew.
Talk about seniors returning, but you lost a lot of guys, really good guys like Josh Green and Taylor. And how do you expect those guys to step up every year and year in and year out?
Yeah, our program's consistent year in, year out. You lose a Jameson Fisher, you replace him with Taylor Schwanner. You lose a Max Stroll, you replace him with a Josh Green. So we feel like there's guys in our system that are going to make a step, continue to develop and continue to grow, to have bigger years for us, take on bigger roles and more responsibility for us as well. And collectively, we didn't lose a ton. Yeah, we lost Josh Green, Friday night starter, but from an inning standpoint, we returned a majority of those innings. We returned experience with Corey Giacone and Mason Knopp and Carlisle Kessler and all the bullpen guys with Jared Biddy, Peyton Lee. There's a lot of guys with a lot of experience. Also on the flip side with offense, you got Evan Pace, who's going to be a 4-year starter for us there behind the dish. You got Brennan Bro, a 4-year starter there for us at shortstop. So we'll look forward to those guys anchoring obviously that defense and the lineup as well.
You talk about guys like Corey Giacone and guys that are familiar in the program, but you had a lot of newcomers last year like Bryce Steckler and especially Cody Gross, who stepped up. Do we have any guys that are going to kind of be the new guy this year we may not have seen or heard of before until this year?
Yeah, we had a few junior college additions. We lost a few with the draft and got hit a little bit there, but we had some guys, Eli Johnson, who's going to be added on the corners for us. On the mound, Noah Hughes and Justin Simonak were two big additions for us as well. So we feel like the pieces are there, obviously, to come in and make an impact. Freshman-wise, look for Brian Lawrence to be able to come in and make an impact. He's a true freshman, extremely experienced defensively. If the bat comes along, he's got a chance to be a true player for us in the lineup.
Of course, with bringing in younger guys and JUCO guys as recruiting, you've been really good at getting games, JUCO games, and Marucci and all these other teams to come in and play games at the PAT. How does that help you guys with recruiting?
Yeah, the facility upgrades in the last 3 years have been tremendous for us. Between obviously the lights last year, the new box seats, the field turfs, it rains every day in Louisiana, so that's been enormous for us to be able to obviously recruit some of these local club teams to come in, play at our place. We don't have to drive all over the country to do it. We've got a lot of good talent in our 3 states. We feel like Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, those teams are really driven and manifested through those 3 states. So if we can get in there at the PAT, also we get to showcase our facilities at the same time and get them to learn a little bit about Southeastern.
Finally, as far as fall preparation goes, your guys have been preparing all summer, doing summer ball and all that. But what do you guys work on when you get back in the fall, getting ready for the spring?
Yeah, going to hit the ground running. Not a big class that we brought in all honesty. I feel like we return a lot, so we'll hit it early this fall as opposed to last fall. We started really late. Probably September 12th, September 13th is kind of the date we're looking at to get cranked up and going. We do have the privilege of playing 2 outside opponents for fall baseball, so we'll get a chance to do a little bit of that and experience that as well. So exciting fall, but it's a fall we're going to hit the ground running quickly and get ourselves ready to go.